Welcome to R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. I'm your host, Chris Silva, and this is my beautiful wife, Corey Silva.
Well, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on R&R. Chris and I are the owners of Silva Realty and Silva Lending, and we've been in the real estate and mortgage industry since the early 2000s. We're super excited to have you here with us today. Thank you so much for always showing your support and joining us. Welcome to the second week of Spooktober. Ooh.
We're just halfway through the month already.
Yes, we are. We're almost there. We're zimming through. We're about a third of the way through, right?
Right. And I get reminded every day because we got the countdown.
It's Nola's birthday month, so she wants to know every single day, how many more days till my birthday? And now Santino wants to know, like, how many hours until her birthday?
We did minutes yesterday, and it was like 5,423
oh,
minutes.
Boy.
Yeah, it's
these kids.
She's excited.
They're so funny with these challenging questions. So, it seems like the month is finally starting to cool off a bit with the weather. Is it finally cooling off for you? Cool enough for you yet?
It's not cool enough yet. So I'm still in shorts and polo weather. Mm-hmm. I want to get it to the jean and the flannel weather. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get nice
Bring
and
the
cozy.
boots out, get cozy. That cuddle. I mean, it's always cuddle weather, but I want to be able to close the windows because it's cold outside. Nope. Still too warm for me, but we did get a little drizzle yesterday.
That is so nice.
That was nice.
So how's your month going so far?
Month has been kind of crazy, right? We have a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yes, it's nuts.
All hands on deck. We're thinking about this event that's coming up. Mm-hmm. We got houses to sell. Got phone calls over the weekend. We got a few new buyers, listing appointment. It's been pretty busy, pretty steady. No complaints.
Nope.
But, I more than anything, we'll talk about it later, but I really want to sell this listing on Darrow for our sellers.
I know. That is weighing so heavily. We definitely need to get that one into escrow.
Yeah, and then
again.
Today started off kind of nuts because my whole morning was thrown off. I missed golf this morning.
Yes.
I missed my elite meeting this morning.
Yes.
And it all happened because last night, Nola was just hanging out on the couch, rolled over. She snapped her glasses, and it's because it was like a fragile egg, right? It had already been stepped on a few times.
Yeah, her poor glasses got smashed before, so I've already had them readjusted. And poor girl, sure, her heart was broken that she broke her glasses. Does anybody else have kids who wear glasses and really take them like very seriously?
I didn't realize it. It's almost like her pet died.
Yeah.
I mean, she was heartbroken, like bawling, crying last night. She didn't want to go to school today without glasses, which it's so funny because if you go back to when she had to start wearing them, she didn't want to go to school because she had to wear them.
Yeah, so it's opposite now. Those are like a part of her everyday thing, like what her doctor said. This is a medical device. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So ended up deciding we're going to go down first thing this morning as soon as they opened up to have them fixed, which is all the way in Woodland Hills.
Sure.
I said, at first I was going to send Nola to school with no glasses, but I just kept thinking, she's going to be really upset. So she went. Chris went there for moral support because poor baby girl, she's having a hard time.
It took a team. So it's cool. 99 times out of 100, the kids want mama.
Yes.
Right? Last night, it was your turn to put the kids to bed, and she wanted daddy last night when
I was like, okay, she's upset. I'm going to give the girl what she wants. Daddy, you could put her to bed.
And then that led me to this morning. I'm thinking, well, if I go to golf and you have to deal with her being so emotional all by herself, it's going to be really tough, right? Yes. It's going to be a bad day for everybody. So I think I made the right decision.
You sure did. Thank you very much.
And anyhow, we worked it out. We convinced her. Now she has 2 pairs of glasses. So she's rocking some new ones today.
She has some new ones. So if anyone sees her, let's see if you notice the difference. Well, since this month is so crazy, one of the big things coming up is our fall client appreciation event. We are only a week and a half away and things are getting super exciting. How many RSVPs are we up to now?
So we just cracked 200 RSVPs.
Woohoo, it's going to be a great turnout. Everyone's going to have so much fun.
I'm always so excited about it. And I got to say, thank you so much for pretty much shouldering all the burden for the event. But I am working on making sure everybody gets the invites.
Yes. So Chris is following up, trying to get those numbers up and make sure everybody has all the details. So if you have not received the invitation, which by now you should have already received it, reach out to us. We'll send it to you. Or if you lost it, we'll resend it. We still have some time. We're putting final touches on all the details. And it's going to be not this Saturday, but next Saturday. I'm sorry, it's not next Saturday. It's next Sunday. Are you ready?
Are you sure? It's Saturday, girl. Hold on. Let me help her out for a little bit.
It's been one of those.
It's not this Saturday. It's next Saturday.
It's been one of those months.
It's something you don't want to miss. A lot of our clients are talking about it. People that have been there, they're not going to miss it.
Yes.
But I feel bad for those clients that haven't been to one yet.
I know.
Right?
Or they have other things coming up and then they have to miss out on it.
Yeah, I had like one of the clients was like, "Oh, my kid has a soccer game that day." I'm like, they need to miss that soccer game because this is way more fun. Let me just tell you.
Sorry,
the kids like 6 years old, like they're not going to remember.
They're not going to remember.
They're going
to
remember this event though, when Mickey and Minnie are there,
and the villains. We've got a lot of fun things lined up for all the kids. So Christian, thank you so much for joining us this morning. He said, "When I wore glasses, I couldn't be seen without them. Now I'm opposite." That is so funny. Yeah. That's part of you,
Same
right? They're
Same
your
thing.
eyes. So sorry about the mix up on the days. I've just been having one of those mornings. And in preparation for this event, the kids and I over the weekend helped put some things together. So we're building items and testing out the inflatable decorations. And what did you think about those?
I mean, I thought they were pretty cool. I think there was one of them I was like, nope, that didn't make the cut. Send that thing back.
He's making me take one of them back, but that's okay. We got some other cool things added, and the kids were in awe. They're like trying to jump through some of the inflatables. I'm like, we got to figure out a way that other kids are not going to want to do the same thing once they see it.
And they were gonna want to, so we got to figure that out. Maybe some cones or.
It's not.
Oh, you know what would be really good?
Don't worry, we've got it covered.
No, I just thought.
Oh
really
boy,
good.
here we go.
For Halloween they always have that tape.
Caution tape.
The caution tape. Got to put the caution tape around.
No,
Yeah, it's gonna look super cool.
No, I don't know about all that. How are you gonna? What are you gonna stick it on? Around it?
Open house signs.
Yeah, no, that's not a good look. Anyways, I will stay in charge of all that, and you go and enjoy the event and have a great time. Yeah, so it's been one of those months, super crazy. So the kids and I also went down to the valley to price out some sweet treats that we're going to be having at the event. That was fun.
We're going to have ice cream, right?
Field trip. Yep, we're going to have some yummy ice cream.
Corey's keeping a lot of the stuff on the hush-hush. But
you're just telling everybody.
Well, you got to reveal some stuff because there's people that are on the fence that are thinking about taking their kids to the soccer game when they should be coming to the event. So we got to give them a little bit more. They got to find out a little bit more about what's going on. What else can you share?
Well, I told you it's going to be Disney themed. We're going to have characters there. There's going to be trick-or-treating for the kids. Costumes are optional, but we highly encourage them, even though our kids don't want to wear theirs. That's okay.
They might wear them.
They might wear them. So come prepared for trick-or-treating, for treats like candy, little toys. I think we're even going to throw in a scavenger hunt, which is going to be amazing. And we're going to have food catered by the Curry Pizza Company. I mean, why would you miss this event when you're going to have free food, desserts, ice cream? So much fun. Oh, there's going to be bouncers.
Huge bouncers.
Huge bouncers for the kids to play on, face painting. Animal balloons. I mean, why would you want to miss this?
What is it, 4 hours or 3 hours? How long is the event?
It's going to be from 11 till 3 on the 22nd.
Look, we're taking care of your kids for 4 hours.
I mean, honestly, I thought about this last year. Okay, Chris and I went to the pumpkin patch like we do every year. And after we left the pumpkin patch, we spent a small fortune going there for the kids to jump on inflatable jumpers. Then they get these pumpkins that are overpriced. They go on
$30 for a pumpkin.
They go on these janky rides, which I'm praying the kids aren't going to fall off of.
Right.
Those were weird. So you had to pay all this money for tickets. Why would you even go there? Just come to the fall festival, and it's a free event.
Not to mention, Have you ever seen the ride operators at these pumpkin patches?
Don't even bring that
They're
up.
like ex-felons.
It's
Some
scary.
of them look like they just escaped from prison.
I don't know. Some of them were hanging out in the parking lot, like, you know, trying to get through the day and medicating themselves. So.
Oh yeah, there was skunks in the parking lot, y'all. and then they're operating the rides right after. And you're
Yeah,
like,
I didn't really feel too comfortable. So anyways, you have to come. It's going to be a lot of fun. So this month is jam-packed. We have the Client Appreciation event, which we told you about just now. Halloween, which that's huge too. Maybe not for you as much, but for anyone who's doing the planning of the costumes and everything and making sure everyone's costumes are on point. It's big. And then this Saturday is Nola's birthday. She's turning 6 and we're having a party for her. So
she's so excited.
She has, she's been so excited about her birthday party. The number one thing that she wanted was a piñata. And it's not just any piñata. It has to be these piñatas that they sell at Vallarta. And they have little bouncy balls in them, right? And we've learned throughout the years and all the piñatas that we've bought that those things last through like so many beatings.
The big kids can hit the piñata and it's not going to break right away. It's like Teflon. So it's great because it tires the kids out.
It sure does. And each kid, usually, like if there's a line of 10 or 15, get to hit the piñata at least 3 or 4 times.
Right.
So Nola loves that piñata, but this year she really wanted a picture of Gordon Ramsay so she could hit his face on her birthday. Why? I don't know. I didn't give her this idea. I think because she saw it on MasterChef Junior one episode. So she really wants to do that. And then, of course, I go to buy the piñata, and there you don't have any piñatas at Vallarta.
They were sold out.
How have I ever gone to Vallarta and seen like only 5 piñatas there? Like
Maybe
everybody's born in October?
I guess so.
I don't know. I was on this crazy mission to try to find this piñata, and thank goodness I found it yesterday because that's really all she wanted.
You just had to go to the Canyon Country Vallarta,
Yes,
right?
yes. Thank goodness. I got the very last one. So she's going to be excited, and she has some other cool surprises coming up. She's going to have a sleepover with her cousins. So
Sweet. Yeah, she's very simple. She
excited.
wanted simple things for her birthday.
Yeah.
She was most concerned about the piñata and then having her cousins sleep over and then who's coming.
Who's
right?
coming to her birthday and what they're going to make. So they're going to make some yummy stuff. So I'm excited for her. She's very simple.
Did you finally have a chance to sit down and watch Hocus Pocus 2?
I sure did. I begged Santino to watch it again with me because he's like, I already watched it, Mom. I'm like, please, can we just watch it? So he and I watched it, and it was good. It was cute.
Did it live up to the hype, though?
I think it did. Yeah, it was cute.
You don't sound too convincing. I'm not convinced. I don't think you really liked it too much.
Honestly, I was tired that day, and
Here comes the truth, y'all. Here it comes.
the parts that I did see were good.
So you fell asleep.
I was tired that day. I've been going nonstop. I needed a little resty rest. It was dark. I fell asleep.
Corey listened to the movie. She was resting her eyes.
I was resting my eyes. I was listening to it, but it was good. And I could see why some people got a little emotional at the end with one of the witches. So that it was good. I liked it. I'll watch it again so I can fill in the details I missed.
Yeah, I'm not super excited to see it.
Why?
I mean, I don't know, because it's a sequel from 25 years ago, right? From the movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's okay.
Has anybody else seen it? Did you like it? Do you think it lived up to the hype? Because Chris is making assumptions and he hasn't even watched it. So enlighten him.
So how's everyone keeping up with fall TV? What shows are you guys watching? What's come back? I know what we're watching.
Is it hard to find the time to watch things? Because I know with us, sometimes I'm just so tired I fall asleep. But we did get to sneak in a few episodes
of House of Dragons.
House of Dragons. So that one is really good.
Yeah, it is really good. I like how sometimes things will tie into Game of Thrones, right? Mm-hmm. Like they'll have like the dagger pops up. They're talking about the long night, the long winter. Mm-hmm. There's little things that they start to bring up on the show. And if you really have to be paying attention.
Right.
Sometimes it's tough for us because who else watches TV like this, right? So our kids' room, I mean, it's not right next door, but our hallway, we have a small little hallway. And you can't watch it as loud as I'd like to watch it. Because, I'm deaf. I like to hear stuff really loud, especially like that show. So over the years, since we've had Santino, I always watch shows with subtitles.
Yep.
Because if I can't hear something, at least I can read it and we can just move on. I don't have to keep pausing and going back.
What did he just say?
Right.
Christian said my mom and sister watched it and they said I need to watch it because it's really good. It is really good. take the time, sit down, watch it. You'll enjoy it.
So people really seem to like this specific episode. Why do you think that is?
I think because of the acting involved in it, maybe.
Well, yes, but did you hear who they were talking about?
Yes, about the king.
And so King Viserys. It's funny because if anybody follows our feed, we posted a small clip of moans and groans when you get out of bed, and that whole episode basically was King Viserys moaning and groaning.
Oh, poor guy. It's because he was old and he was.
I wonder how old
dying.
he was in that those scenes. Like, how old is he in that movie? You know, on the show. Is he 80?
I don't know.
Is he 90?
He was pretty old.
He looked pretty decrepit though.
Yeah, poor guy.
He was literally falling apart.
Yeah, well, he hung in there.
Yeah, with one hand
And one eye.
arm.
And one cheek.
Yeah, he was. Man,
Poor guy. He has gone through it. He didn't even go to war ever.
he looked like he had a bender over the weekend.
Oh, wow.
It was tough.
Wow.
It was tough. He looked really, really bad. But
Yeah.
anyhow, got to watch it. It's always cool. Not a major spoiler because you can't read a headline without finding out somebody dies, which somebody always dies.
Yes.
But it's always cool to see how they die. This one, I mean, it wasn't too surprising, but it was a cool way to go out. Like if you're the actor on the show, right, and you're like reading like, oh, I'm going to die. I think you got to be happy with that death.
I guess.
I watched the show afterwards. So if you watch the I don't know, it's like the recap and it's the directors and producers talking about the scenes. The actor that dies, it was like he was pretty happy with the way he died. Did you hear him? He was like laughing about it.
Yeah, it's very dramatic the way he passes. So
I thought it was
you have to
cool.
be a really good actor to pull that off. So this was just announced yesterday in Disneyland news. They are raising their prices all across the board for services effective immediately. So first of all, they raised their prices on admission, which really
Do we know how much?
I don't know the exact amount. I don't pay attention to the daily admission because I already paid way too much for our Magic Key. But yeah, how much is it now?
It's $20 or 20%.
$20 more, 20% more, $20 more. They raised it by $20 more per ticket. Okay, that's the first thing they did. Then they increased their price by 25% on the Genie Plus service. For those of you who don't know what Genie Plus is, that is replacing what used to be the Fast Pass.
Which used to be free.
Which used to be free to any guest. Now you have to pay an additional fee, which they've already had that for a while, and they increased the prices on that too.
Well, let's just talk about that really quick. Because when the Fast Pass came out, the whole idea of the Fast Pass was to improve the guest experience.
Yes.
So, to shorten up some lines, right?
Yes.
To expedite the lines. That was a whole purpose of that. Great job, Disney CEO, whoever it was prior to who we have now.
Yes.
But with this new guy in town, everything's about making money, right?
It's so ridiculous.
Making money. So now they charge for that, which it used to be free. I think that, and I don't know this to be true. I'm just going off of what I see visually when I'm there. It always seems to be a family of four or more, or a family of three. But let's just say it's an average of a family of four. So you raise admission $20. That's $80, right? Boom! As soon as you get to the park. Well, if you don't have a season pass, you're paying for that fast pass or the genie pass.
Yeah, because how are you going to fit all those rides in one day when you're waiting anywhere from like 60 to 90 minutes for each ride?
Right. So that's another $100. We're already at $180. Oh, not to mention they always raise parking.
They just recently raised the parking price.
That's another $30. And who knows, it might have went up.
It's $35 now.
35. There you go. So you're at $215 before you get before you do anything there.
Yeah.
You've already spent an extra $215 than you would have spent last week, right? That is insane.
That is crazy.
And then, I was looking at the stock price right before the show because we've been watching it. I was like, we probably want to buy some Disney stock. Right when I remember this because I was kicking myself that I didn't buy it prior. Right when the lockdown happened and they shut down Disneyland, the stock prices started to plummet, right?
Right.
Disney fell all the way down to like $82 a share, right? Since then, they've been all the way back up to like $190.
Okay.
Right? Today, with this greedy CEO trying to make all this extra money, which Disney's not hurting for money, y'all. They're not hurting for money. The stock price is down to like $92.
Wow.
So
Well,
I think we're buying that today when we get home.
I think we should. I think it might come down a little bit more because this greedy guy, I mean, I think the info is going to be trickling down to everyone once they go and maybe they're not paying attention. They just go to buy passes or daily use tickets and they're going to say, what the heck? What is going on here? So greedy.
They got to do something for like the everyday family, right? Because there's families that everybody should be able to take their kids there at least once.
Yes.
Right? But they're going to price out the average family. And on top of that, the economy, I mean, inflation's through the roof. People can't afford to pay for groceries.
I know. Why are they going to spend all that much money to go to Disneyland? It's crazy.
I'm hoping it backfires. I hope half of the people stop going. And, Disney pays for it. And maybe they get rid of this guy.
I don't understand because a lot of people complain about the fees, but whenever we go there, everyone's buying those passes. And the lines sometimes for the Lightning Lane are just as long, if not longer, than the regular line.
So, also want to mention this. If you've never been and you're thinking about buying that Genie Plus pass, it does not mean you're going to get on all the rides. Because we had a friend that just went and they asked us like all the tricks of what they should do. So we told them, gave them all the tips. And for example, that Genie Plus pass, you have to ride the next ride before you can reserve.
Yes,
the
you
following
can't have
ride.
More than one.
You can't have more than one reservation for a ride. The problem with that is if it's a popular ride, like let's say Space Mountain, and you try to put in the reservation at 11 o'clock in the morning and the park's busy, you might not be able to get on that ride till like 5 o'clock.
So that pass is only really good for that ride because you didn't get to go on any other rides in the meantime. So ridiculous. And Fast Pass was different than that. You could have more than one
You could have more than one ride because you could plan out your whole day. So now you can't even do that anymore.
No.
So now you're paying this extra $100 to possibly go on like 3 or 4 rides.
It's crazy.
Because people that go there, I mean, sure, you want to ride all the small rides, but really you want to ride like Space Mountain, Indiana Jones,
Yes.
Matterhorn, not me, but Matterhorn, Thunder Mountain. Like, there's no way to ride all these rides, even if you buy the pass.
Nope. It's very
and
deceiving.
then if you want to go on Rise of the Resistance or Star Wars, forget about it.
Oh, those are separate rides with a separate fee.
That depends on how many people are there at that day, but they're averaging about $20 every time you go on that ride for each person.
I just feel like Disney has gone way too far. First of all, with all these crazy additional fees, but they make it very confusing for the average person who doesn't go to Disneyland every single day on how to navigate through the park. You should be there to be enjoying it with your family and having a magical experience. But most of the time, you're just looking at your phone, getting frustrated, trying to figure out what ride you're going to go on.
Well, luckily, I got this one over here. She's an expert because I can't tell you how many times the line, if you're at California Adventure, to get a beer is like 50 people deep. And then I just walk right up to the front, grab my beer. I picked
Mobile checkout.
Because Corey ordered it on the phone, and they're like, "What is this guy doing?" I'm like, "Cheers."
Cheers. You're so mean. Oh my goodness. Disney. Well, I still love going there, but I wish they would change things up a bit. So this last week, we have had such a great time because our sister and brother-in-law came to visit from Texas, and they surprised the kids on Wednesday after our show. They weren't expecting them there, but they came downstairs, and Angel and Lulu surprised them.
Yeah, they love their tío and tía, so they got to play a bunch. One thing, and just because I'm thinking about these Disney prices still, one thing that they said that really stuck with me is they saw the gas prices, and gas prices were like $6.75. I don't know what they are today, a gallon, and they're coming from Texas, where it was $2.85.
$2.85, y'all.
And
can you believe it?
They said, not that they love Texas so much, but they said, "Oh my God, I'm so happy." Here's Lulu right now.
Hi, Lulu.
She said, "I'm so happy that we moved because how can we afford to even live in California anymore with the way things cost?" You know, like, and I noticed it this yesterday. I went to the store. I got like 3 bags of groceries, and it was stuff that was on sale. Right, it was like cereal boxes, whatnot. I spent like $100.
What?
Everything's so expensive right now: fruit, vegetables, gas, meats.
It's crazy.
It is crazy out there. I don't know how anybody's doing it.
I don't know. Credit cards. So Evelyn said it's $3.09 now. Laugh out loud. No, you brought back the high prices to
just 20 cents more. Over here, it's crazy.
Hey, that's a lot when you're used to paying $2.85 and it goes up 20 cents. That's huge. So they came to play and hang out with us, and the kids had such a great time. And then we were able to celebrate our niece Vivian and Chris's birthday, a little belated birthday for him,
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
I
weekend.
got some cool presents.
Yes, during family dinner. And let me just tell you, family dinner was amazing. First, because we had our sister and brother-in-law with us and all the birthdays. But those spiders, those Halloween spiders, they worked it. They scared 2 people on the way up to our front door. It was awesome. I love it when those spiders get people. Am I so terrible for feeling that way?
More. It's already too late. The month's almost over, but I want to add more scary stuff.
We need to look and find where we could find those spiders that are actually mounted on the wall and jump off the wall, because that will really get somebody. Well, we got them on the ring. We're going to try and see if we can show you those maybe on one of our next episodes.
Sure, right before Halloween.
Right before Halloween, but we got some really good scares in, and that's always a good laugh because the whole family gathers around the phone and sits there and laughs as people get scared. I'm terrible, but it's funny. So did you have a good time?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we didn't really celebrate my birthday this last family dinner. It was more celebrating Vivian's birthday,
Yes.
which is what I wanted,
Yes.
right? I didn't want the attention on me, but it was nice. I got some cool gifts that I wasn't planning on getting. I got a cool Raiders hat and some cool golf shirts. Mm-hmm. And every time I look at the Raider hats, it just makes me want to cry.
His team did horrible on
They're
Monday.
just so terrible. They're just an awful team. I hate that I like them so much.
He's
I
so
hate that
funny.
I bleed silver and black. I hate that I can't just jump off that team.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I like pain and torture. I don't know what it is.
I think he does. Oh my goodness. So he's over here watching the game and it's nice and quiet. Then you hear him screaming and he's like loving the Raiders, like the points are up, and then he's like, "Oh, you guys, I hate you, you idiot." What?
Actually, I didn't say that. So I never said I hated them. I just hate that I like them so much.
Oh, you hate that you
now,
like them.
They haven't played
They're a
one
terrible team, you said.
Well, yeah, they're playing terrible. At the end of the game, which is pretty cool. So Devontae Adams is now on the Raiders. We got him from Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, traded for him. Him and the quarterback, Derek Carr, were best friends in college and played on the same team, right? So we're thinking the chemistry is going to be great.
Yeah, I was going to say, that must be great.
I know Devontae Adams is probably regretting it. And I'm a Derek Carr apologist. I always say, oh, it's not his fault. He never had any weapons. But now he's got like all these weapons on the team, people to throw the ball to. Devontae Adams is a star. He's catching everything, scoring touchdowns, double team, triple team. Derek Carr can't always get the ball there. So at the end of the game last night, or Monday night, which we should have won, right? They were winning 17 to like 0 at one point.
Oh boy.
And they came back and lost the game 30-29.
But
at the end of the game, Devontae Adams is walking into the tunnel. And I didn't see it. I've read some controversy because but you got to remember, I read nothing but Raiders website stories, right?
So it's all on their side.
Yeah, it's definitely from a perspective of a Raiders fan and their organization. So from their perspective and their side of the story is security didn't do their job. They didn't clear the tunnel for the sports players to come through. This photographer purposely blocked the tunnel.
Why would you even be there? There are a bunch of Raiders coming through.
Hey, listen, whether it's true or not, I'm just telling you what it says on the Raiders websites. Photographer blocks the tunnel to kind of get in the way and like rub it in their face that they just lost, right? 30-29.
Oh no, that's not good.
Devontae Adams, he just shoves the camera guy, right? So, and the guy goes flying.
What does he expect? They just lost.
The photographer goes flying. He's on the ground. So,
oh boy.
Now this guy's taking it far, right? The guy, he put an assault charge in with Kansas City,
God.
right? He's he looks like he just got in a car accident. He's probably got the neck brace on. He's all bandaged. All you can see is his eyes now. He's got bandages all over. So,
is this his first game that he's ever been to? Why would he do that?
I don't know, but Devontae Adams has a clean record. He's never done anything like that in his whole career, and he's arguably the best receiver in the whole league. So we'll see what kind of punishment they try to give him. Is it a fine, a slap on the wrist, or do they suspend him for a game or two? I mean, it really doesn't matter. I don't think the Raiders are going to win many games anyway.
Oh my goodness. I guess the real question is his what is that? The real question is was the photographer's equipment damaged or was it still salvageable?
Whatever. You know what he should have did? You know what so let's watch this, and then I want to tell you what it reminds me of. So this is my first time seeing this right now. I have not seen this yet.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was...
Oh, he popped right back up. So he filed an assault charge.
Wait, I want to see it again. Hold on. Get out of my way.
Get out of my way, fool.
I just lost.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay, well.
So if he did damage the equipment, you know what I just thought of?
Why would he push him? That dude was so little. Like, he didn't even stand a chance with all that equipment.
He wasn't trying to fight him. He was just trying to get him out of his way so he could get to the locker room.
So that's how you move people out your way? You just push them?
Yeah, somebody's in your way. Sometimes you got to give him a little shove.
He couldn't say, excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, I just lost the most important game of the season right now.
Excuse me, sir. Please move. I'm a Raider.
I just thought about Sonny, right, from Godfather. When they're at the wedding, they're filming, the FBI's taking pictures of all the license plates, and he gets the guy's camera and he smashes it, and he just throws some money at him. That's what Devontae Adams should have did. He should have got some money out, just threw it at him real quick.
Well, it's not over. That's probably what he's going to do.
He's going to have to, for sure. That cost him like $100,000 for sure.
Oh, my gosh. Would you want to be that cameraman if they gave you $100,000?
That's a chump way to make money. I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm not going to fake an injury.
I know. That's so crazy.
I don't know. I don't do things that
Bruised
way.
his tailbone on the way down. Oh, that's pretty funny. Well, thank you for sharing that.
He's probably at a chiropractor's office right now. You know those car accident ones where they send you the chiropractor when you get in a car accident?
Yeah.
He's going to milk it for sure.
Ay. Crazy.
So switching it up.
Switching things up a bit. Stay in school, kids. No, just kidding.
So Santino continues to amaze us at school. What has he done now?
So he just told me the other day that he's been ace. Well, I already know he aces every spelling test. He pretty much gets 100 all the time. We never really brag about how good he is in school, but he's pretty amazing. And they just took a reading literacy test the other day, and he was so excited because he moved up like a whole nother grade level on reading for books.
So what grade level is he at?
I don't know. It's like 3.5, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. He's in second grade. He's doing really good.
Yeah, not bad. So, yeah, I mean, that's great.
Oh, so you're not excited about that?
Yeah,
you're not proud of that?
I just don't know if that's accurate. Because that last time I remember it was like 4th grade level or something like that. I don't know. Who knows? I got to look into it.
Well, he went up a whole grade level. He's excited. That's what he told me.
I mean, he's a sharp kid. I thought I was really smart when I was young, but he's definitely smarter than I was. Easily, just the things that come out of his mouth, you know. So,
yes.
For example, as you guys all know, we are obsessed with Star Wars, right? That's all Santino wants to do. We've shot through that series so fast. We are in the 2nd season of Mandalorian.
Wow.
Like it's almost over. The content is almost all gone, right?
What are you gonna do after that? Cry?
No one Santino will probably watch it again. Who knows what he's gonna do?
He probably will.
But we were watching like some scene happen, and it's like this big huge guy that has horns and this big muscle guy, right? And you think he's running through a spaceship through a prison. They're doing a prison break, and he's chasing the Mandalorian because they double cross him, and this gate falls on his head, right? So you think he gets his head chopped off, but the guy's so strong he catches it and he pushes it back up, and as he's walking, another door closes.
Oh my!
So you think he's sliced up, right? And Santino's like completely quiet the whole time. I don't know where he goes. That took an unexpected turn. Like what?
He's 7.
He just makes these comments. I wish I could record him all the time because he cracks me up. Just
I know. You know, we have that one book, Things My Kids Say.
Who knows where it is?
I know. We used to have all these really cool quotes down that he said as a little baby.
Yeah, but we'd like write 1 out of 10. Like we weren't very good about it.
We need to just record him.
We weren't very good about it. But yeah, he had me dying the other day. So
he is so funny.
We're almost done with Mandalorian, but what's exciting is I got an email from Disney Plus that says Osaka Tano's coming out, and it shows her with the baby. So I want to know who that baby daddy is, right? And I haven't looked it up yet.
Right. You don't want the spoiler.
Because I don't want the spoiler, and I'm like, is it Ezra Bridger? I don't know. And he's from...
Oh my gosh, it's like he's watching novellas.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So we are on the Mandalorian part where my girl Osaka Tano comes out, and Santino almost lost his shit today. He was like, Dad, Osaka. It's in the morning, right? We're getting ready, and I'm like, what happened, baby? What happened? I thought he hurt himself. Osaka Tano, look, she's out. Oh my God, he was so excited.
Yeah, and then he was so sad he had to go to school.
He was so mad.
I just want to stay here and watch us all day. Look what you've created. Oh my goodness. It's so
cool because, you know, we're watching it together. We get a cuddle. We get to talk about it, right?
Yes.
Like, it's cool to have that with your kid.
Yes, of course. Is there anybody out there who has like something special that they share with their kid, like that they do every day? You know, like Nola loves to do art. So I like having fun and like painting and stuff with her. Sure. I'm curious to know. Drop it in the comments. We love to hear about it. So this past week, you know, if you were with us last week, Chris and I were talking about how his body's breaking down. and he needs to do something to give him some self-care and be here for a while. And I feel the same way. So we asked you all to keep us accountable and ask us if we did yoga. And guess what? We did yoga more than once this last week.
We did twice out of 7 days. Isn't what I would like. I'd like more. But the fact that we actually started is a big deal,
that's
right?
Huge. And I had some self-care with mani-pedi. Always need a little bit of time for ourselves to relax a bit. And Chris finally went to jiu-jitsu after a little bit of a break, right? So how was that?
Thank goodness so it was the same day. I'd like to squeeze a lot of things into one day, right? So it was the same day we did yoga. I went to jiu-jitsu right after. Good thing I didn't play golf too, because that would have been too much.
Oh yeah, he would have been really broken down.
But I'm paying for it because I'm out of shape. I got my butt kicked. And as a grown man, you don't want to get beat up anymore, right? Like you already think you made it past those days of getting beat up.
Right.
I got my butt kicked pretty bad. I'm all bruised. I got like bruises on my arm. I had this big
mark on my face. He's all beat up.
I liked it though. It was a good time.
Oh, good.
So I'll be back. I'm hoping my goal in life right now, physically, not only for the physical health but the mental health, would be if I could do yoga 3 days a week, jiu-jitsu 3 days a week, and golf 3 days a week. Man, that's the goal. I don't think it'll get there, but that's the goal. I'd be super happy.
Okay. Sorry to break you to. There's only 7 days in a week.
You could double up some days.
Okay, double it up.
I like the jiu-jitsu and the yoga combo because it actually
helps out with
loosens
stretching.
You up for jiu-jitsu. Yep.
And the best thing about doing yoga is Nola loves to do it too. So it becomes like a family event in the mornings before she goes to school.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that was fun. So switching things up to real estate, we wanted to talk about what's going on in the market, right? And we officially just submitted our cancellation of the maybe home in Williams Ranch. So now it's not so maybe anymore?
I mean, unless they come back with an offer we can't refuse, right? But I don't see that happening yet. I'm looking at them like the seller that wants to sell their home today and they want the prices from back in March.
Yes.
And, I'm sorry, but that's just not happening, right? It's that March prices are gone.
They are gone.
And they're not coming back. I don't see those prices coming back until the next peak. We've peaked, just so you guys know out there. The market has peaked. If somebody has told you otherwise, they're lying or they don't know what they're doing or they're not a real estate agent because, everybody gets advice from the mailman. They get it from everywhere else but their realtor sometimes. But, the market's peaked. They don't really want to work with us, so we put in our cancellation. But they haven't sent us the official cancellation yet, even though we requested it.
Kind of like we're waiting, and I'm like, let's just come to an end or figure out what we're doing because we submitted that a while ago.
Right.
There's been a little bit of back and forth, but I'm thinking as a seller, wouldn't you want to get a new buyer in there? Like sign off on our cancellation so everybody can move on. But who knows? Maybe they have some amazing deal they're going to offer.
I mean, it'd be cool, but at this point, like I'm not as hot for the property as I was before, right? Like that excitement is gone.
Yeah.
So it's going to be even harder to pull us back in when the excitement's gone. You got to get somebody when they're still excited, they're on the fence, they just need to be pushed over the line. Like I'm not there anymore.
It's a little too drawn out now. Oh, so why did we cancel? Not just because of the market, but because there was things that we saw in the CC&Rs and the HOA and the budget and some things that weren't going to be completed in the community, right?
Sure. Well, I think there's a lot on this. So I'm just going to take one thing on at a time, right? Mind you, the last house that we bought that we own right now, we bought it at the top of the market.
Right.
Right? We didn't care because we were living where we wanted to live, which was Stevenson Ranch.
Absolutely. And we sold our other house top of market.
Right. So do I have a problem buying a house of top of market? We've already done it before. I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
Especially if you're going to live there and own it forever.
For sure.
It all levels out. In 30 years, you're going to pay roughly the same price with a lower price and a higher interest rate, right?
Correct.
So that's just part of it. But for me and Corey, we're not rich. And this is like 1,600,000, like that is dream home money.
Yes.
Right? So that means it doesn't need to check some of my boxes. It needs to check almost all the boxes. Right? And it just doesn't check every single box
right.
at that price, right? But if the price was better, then it doesn't need to check every single box.
Correct.
But where it is right now, ideally we'd love to stay in Stevenson Ranch. We love it there, right? But to get this house in Stevenson Ranch or like West Ridge in Valencia, that particular house would probably be $2.2 or $2.5 million, right? With the lot and all that. So that's part of it. I want to get everything that I want, which I don't think that's too much to ask at that price. Just give me everything.
You sound like every buyer out there.
Yeah, but you're paying $1.7 million for a house.
I know,
you better get a lot. And we're buying for what the community will eventually become.
Right. It's not there yet.
It's not there yet. And it's not going to be there for 5 years. The plan is for 5 years, right? Another thing that people might not know, and you'll find out if you go and if you're interested in Williams Ranch, is the pool, the facilities, right? The vineyard, the orchard, the community pool, the wine tasting
all the
room,
beautiful things that allure you
the amphitheater,
to the community that make you want to live there. Those things won't be completed for another 2.5 years. So that was the biggest deciding factor for us, is like, do we want to pay the HOA for that long and not be able to enjoy those amenities? Right.
So now we're paying more HOA than we initially thought, because when they to give credit to the salespeople, they really didn't know what the HOA was going to be either.
Right.
They assumed it was going to be around the 250 range. It's like 475 for the first phase, and then it's going to drop down to like 385, right? So from 500 to 400 is the way I look at it.
That's a big difference.
It's a big difference. And again, you don't get these amenities for 2.5 years.
Yes.
So for us, for Corey and I, we're looking at like, look, the price of 1.7, I think we can get the same house in the same community 2.5 years from now and not have to pay the HOA, not have to live through the construction, and we'll feel better knowing that the stuff is already done.
Yeah, have a little more peace of mind.
A little more peace of mind at that price point. Now, if we would have bought closer, something that's more affordable for us,
like a little bit lower price range, yeah.
Where there's more of those similar type homes in the community being built and sold, I would have felt better about it because there's more comparable sales. Right. But what you never want to do in real estate, and I tell all our clients this, is it's not a secret. This rule does not just apply for us.
Right.
I've always told our clients this: you don't want to buy the most expensive house on the block. You don't. I'd rather buy a similar style house, fix it up, and make it one of the most expensive houses on the block. So this particular house, this model is the biggest model, and there's only going to be 24 of them if they stay with the plan.
If they build them all, yeah.
If they stick to the design, there's only going to be 24 out of 497 of them, right? And right now they've only sold 3 of them, and we're one of the 3.
It's a little scary, a little intimidating.
So I'm willing to do it, but got to incentivize. Incentivize. That's how it works. You want us to get in. You want us to be one of the first sales of your most expensive home. I'm still willing to pay one of the most expensive prices because it's the biggest home, but not as much as they want.
Right. And when you see all the other new construction communities lowering their prices substantially right now, it's a hard pill to swallow to pay that much.
Well, there's this lot in there, and if anybody's really looking for like this humongous lot, they have a lot in there. There's 2 granddaddy lots, like 33,000 square foot lots. They're humongous. Huge. They're beautiful, and it's like 100% view of the lot, right? No mountain, no nothing. It's just all view property. Those lots, one of them was for sale for $1,750,000 3 months ago. If you go onto their website now, it's on the market for $1,498,000. They had a $250,000 price reduction. So of course I'm going to say, hey, you want us to play ball? You just came down $250K on this lot. You need to hook us up with $250K if you want us to move forward, right? So there was a reason behind that. They had some kind of excuse, but I don't think it's going to work out. So that's what we got going on with our purchase. Eventually we're going to buy something. We'll figure it out. We're not in a big rush.
Yes.
We're good. But, we're always looking for a deal. So now I think our antennas up more, actually looking at stuff, because now we can visualize us being another house. Like, we packed up half our house.
We have so many boxes in our garage right now. So yeah, well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If not, we'll find the right one.
Yeah. So.
And that's what we always say to our buyers. I mean, we're going through it too. We know the ups and downs and what to expect when you're going through this process.
Well, another thing we've been so busy. This weekend, I got a call from 3 different prospective buyers, right? Really exciting stuff. 2 of them are first-time home buyers. And my advice to first-time home buyers right now, or anybody that doesn't own a home that's looking to purchase, because some people have sold and they don't own right now, they're renting, so they want to get back in. They're not officially first-time home buyers. Right now, you don't have to buy that forever home.
Yeah.
If you don't own a home. You should own, though. It's really important to own a home. You need the tax write-off. You want to start building, paying down principal, and you're going to be paying somebody's mortgage, whether it's your landlord. Might as well pay off your own mortgage,
Absolutely.
Right?
And you know what your set monthly payment's going to be. When you're renting, I mean, it seems like rents are always going up.
Rents are always going up, and they're going to continue to always go up. So what we've been telling buyers is, look, you can buy a house right now as little as 3 to 5% down, depending on what you qualify for, right? You can buy something you can afford, doesn't have to be the forever home. If the market changes, because everybody's like, well, what if the market changes and it drops dramatically like in 12 months from now?
Right.
Great. You can go buy another house with 5% down, rent out the house you just bought, keep it as an investment, and you can go buy another house that you can live in, and you're only putting down 3 to 5% now and then 5% the second time around. And that's something that you can qualify for, which a lot of people don't know about this. So you want to own as much property as possible prior to retirement. That's how people get wealthy. Most millionaires get wealthy from real estate.
Right.
And if you don't own a home and you continue to rent, I don't care how long is it going to take you to save $20,000? I mean, if you're lucky, you could do it in a year, but most people can't do it in a year.
Right.
You know how easy it is to make $20,000 in equity on your house?
Yeah. I mean, we saw it all happen during COVID.
We saw prices go up 15% in a matter of a year.
Yeah, that was insane.
And when the average house is, $700,000, it's going up $100,000.
Yeah.
That's insane. And how long is that going to take you to save that money in the bank? Forever. You might never do it.
Right.
So you got to own a home.
And with inflation, the value of your dollar that you save just goes down anyways.
Goes down and down. So there's a lot more creative financing coming out. And what I mean by that is, like, there's just all these different loans. So we're more conservative now that we're older.
And now that we have kids.
But our job's to educate. So we'll educate you on everything that's out. And sometimes we don't have the best loan to offer, but we'll point you in the right direction. It's not about just making money for us. Yes, we need to make a living, but more importantly, we want to take care of our clients, make sure that
they get
their
the best
interest
options.
is our interest.
Absolutely. So Chris has been busy with listing appointments as well, not just buyers. And he was meeting with a few different sellers this past week to determine when they're ready to get their home on the market. So some people, they have different timelines, different obstacles in front of them. But that's what we're here for, is to help work people through the process. Sometimes you need to do some updating to the home to get it ready. And that's what we're here for, is to help guide you through that process, tell you what some of the main things to do to your home to get it up to par. It may be simple things like just adding some brighter lights in the house to make the house showcase itself.
Right.
But that's what we're here for. And I think you were doing a lot of that this past week, right? With some of the sellers you're meeting with.
Yes. So just a good piece of advice for these sellers, and we've talked about this before on the show, is if you're not ready to sell right now, one, if you're planning on selling, I actually recommend selling right away, especially if you're not buying something else.
Right.
Because the feds are going to meet next month, and when they meet, they're going to raise the rates. They've already talked about it.
Right.
And when they raise the rates, the interest rates are going up for everybody, which means
lower
affordability
prices
goes down, which means the prices are going to come down. Okay, so doesn't mean the payment's going to get cheaper if you're looking to buy. That's something else. But let's say you're like, you know what? I'm not ready to sell right now. I know I want to sell in the next 1 to 3 years. If you have money right now to do some upgrades in your house that you've always wanted to do
it. Enjoy it.
Kitchen, master bathroom, flooring, lighting, all these things are going to add equity to your home. It's going to make it easier to sell your home when you are ready, and enjoy those upgrades before you leave. Don't do them right before you list your house, and then you're like, I should have done this 3 years ago.
How many sellers have we had tell us that?
Anybody that upgrades right before they leave, they all say that. They're like, maybe I shouldn't even sell this place.
Right.
So for sellers thinking about selling in the next 3 years, start upgrading your house, enjoy it for the holiday season, or maybe wait till after the holiday season. We know a bunch of people. We could always recommend people as well. What else? What else on real estate that you want to touch on? Anything?
Well, you did have an open house for Darrow over the weekend.
So we did have an open house. We had a lot of people come in that, I don't know if the market's shifting towards this, but from our sample size, 3 people that are interested in the house all have a house to sell first. So
they're all contingent buyers. So, I mean, I think it's been like that for a while now, right? But I think with this particular seller, they're looking for a buyer who is non-contingent. Right. So that's why when we see those type of buyers, are like, oh, no, not again, because our poor sellers have been through 3 different buyers right now. They just want someone to come in, purchase their home so they can move on to their next chapter. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that home? Because we definitely need to get them into escrow and sell their home soon.
So if you want to come check out the home, I'm actually going to be there today from 4 to 6:30. We're having like a midweek hump day open house, right? So I'll be there from 4 to 6:30. Just, it's easier to have that set time for people to come in. They have a big dog and it works out. Anyhow, the home is probably one of the best price homes in all of Santa Clarita. I'm not just saying this because I'm their agent. I'm telling you guys, 2,500 square feet, 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, full bedroom, bathroom downstairs. The backyard, it says 31,000 square foot lot, but some of that's hillside. It's about a 10,000 square foot usable lot. 3-car garage for $800,000.
That's awesome.
No HOA, no Melrose. I'm screaming at people to go buy this house. I'm telling you, it's going to be gone, and you're going to regret that you didn't buy it yourself because they're ahead of the curve. They're what the prices might be 2-3 months from now, and with the rates being a whole % higher probably, right? You're not going to be able to afford a house like this if this is your like tippy top price range.
Yeah, so go take a look on it. Write an offer. We need to sell this home for our sellers.
We need to sell. So I'll be there today, 4 to 6:30. Come check it out. I'd love to see you guys there. Answer any questions you have. But it's priced right. It should go soon.
I hope so. So looking ahead, we just found out this past week, Nola gets to go on her very first field trip ever. And that's going to be on next Wednesday. So this time I actually get to go. I have a really sweet teacher who is including me as the room parent. Last year, for those of you who watch our show, you would have heard me be a little upset because Santino's teacher didn't let me go on their field trip.
When you're the room parent.
Yeah, I was not very happy about that. But I'm very excited I get to go with her. It's going to be at Discovery Cube. And it's going to land like right around the time of the podcast. So I don't know if you're going to have someone fill in for me or you're going to do it by yourself or what's going to happen with the podcast.
I don't think everybody wants to just hear me for that time. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. I'll see if we can get somebody to fill in. If not, we will see everybody in 2 weeks. So we'll get back to everybody in the next couple days.
If anybody has any suggestions, be sure to put it in the comment. We'd love to hear about it. But yeah, that is what we have coming up next week and a whole lot of planning for the fall festival, Nola's birthday. Anything else you want to add coming up?
I mean, that's plenty. That's plenty enough. Nola's birthday is my only focus for the rest of the week.
Yes.
And then after that, it's the Client Appreciation Event, the Fall Festival.
So I'm super excited about that. And I'm really happy and proud of Nola because she really wanted to have this sleepover with her cousins and she's giving up a day at Disney so they could come and spend the night.
She loves her cousins.
She sure does. Well, everybody, that is going to be our show today. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us here on R&R, Relationships and Real Estate. Be sure to catch us here weekly on Facebook Live at noon. We're your host, Corey and Chris Silva, and we'll catch you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.